up, y'all? It's Dee, about to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Beyonce Angers Sydney Sweeney Fans and White People. What? And Blue and Rumi Stardom, Karrueche, Deion, Tracy. Okay, I just reacted to Beyonce on my Patreon, actually. I reacted to her performance when she was in Vegas and she brought out Destiny's Child. I was really upset that I missed that, but I reacted to that. And also her Levi's commercial she recently put up, and like something else Beyonce related. So go check that out if you're interested. Link down below. Please go support your girl on Patreon. But yeah, let's see how she upset white people. What's going on? Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel.
Yeah, this is what
recently Beyonce did a new campaign for Levi's, and she has been working with Levi's for a year now. And she did a commercial for it, and she ended it off by leaving on a motorcycle, which a lot of people believe is another hint that she'll be doing a rock album for her Act 3 project. But that's besides the point. Her new Levi's ad has drawn some criticism from white conservatives in particular. Right. Now, it's funny because they're trying to take their anger out on Beyonce after their beloved actress Sydney Sweeney got criticized over her American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality.
Ew, this is how she really sounds in real life? I heard her on Euphoria, but I thought that she was pretending to sound like a like an annoying high school girl. That's why I thought she was sounding like this, but this is her actual voice. Oh my god.
And even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
There was a lot of discourse around this commercial when it dropped. A lot of people...
Okay, I've been seeing her a lot, like in headlines and whatnot. Like she's popped up a lot on my For You page. People are saying she's a Trump supporter and this and that. So I can imagine that people are probably mad because they like, oh, you're trying to say blue eyes are superior? What you trying to say? So I feel like that's probably why people are annoyed with her, because yeah, she's been in like headlines a lot. You know, people saying that she racist and she this and that. She's selling her bath water. So, you know, she's been getting a lot of backlash apparently lately.
Criticized it. Now, personally, I didn't care. I thought...
Yeah, I don't give a damn about this. I didn't care about her past Euphoria, okay? Once I started watching that, I stopped worrying about this lady whatsoever. And whenever I see her face pop up, I'm like, all right, whatever. And I've never looked deeper into any of the stories related to her. So I don't know how people found out that she's a Trump supporter or what the details are. I don't care. Don't care at all.
Okay, she's using a play on words. She's talking about her jeans while promoting a pair of jeans. No big deal, right? But some people did feel like the commercial was tone deaf, and they felt like them highlighting her Eurocentric features had undertones of eugenics and white supremacy. And also some feminists felt like she was appealing more to the male gaze. So there were a lot of think pieces around this commercial, but honestly, I did not care. It just wasn't that serious to me. Just like Beyonce promoting Levi's is not serious to me at all. I mean, Beyonce has been promoting this line for the past year. But it's very interesting to me that all of a sudden, some of these conservatives who are praising Sydney Sweeney are all of a sudden attacking Beyonce. So you mean to tell me it's cool when Sydney do it, but when Beyonce do it, it's a problem? I'm just completely flabbergasted by this. Now, one popular Republican podcaster named Megan Kelly came against Beyonce and said, this is the opposite of the Sydney Sweeney ad. Quite clearly, there is nothing natural about Beyonce. Everything from her image to her fame to her success to her...
What does Levi's have to do with being natural? Like, I don't understand. Who said this has to be only for people who want to be natural? I don't understand.
Look below is bought and paid for. Screams artificial, fake, enhanced, trying too hard.
Girl,
and more people were going in on Beyonce. I'm not even going to read all of the comments, but they were going in saying that she wants to be white so bad. She whitewashed herself. They were saying that she is appropriate.
She's had blonde hair her entire career though. You know, and even when she was little, wasn't her hair like a brownish blonde? She doesn't have black hair naturally, I'm pretty sure. I just reacted to her concert where they opened it up showing when she was little. I think her hair was like brownish Brownish blonde. I might be making that up though. I don't remember very clearly. But I've never thought it was that deep. Blonde is a hair color, which a lot of different races have. So I think it's very interesting that people love to only assign it to white people. If you go to Brazil, there are black people there with blonde hair and dark skin, like they black, but they got blonde hair. I've seen 2 black people have a kid with blonde hair. Like, there's this couple I watch. What's this girl I watch? Her name is McKenna Walker. She's black. Her husband is black, and they have a boy with blonde hair and like lighter colored eyes. So I'm pretty sure maybe she has some white in her, like down her ancestry. I don't know her family tree. But all I know is that, you know, blonde hair is not only for white people. So I think it's very ignorant when people, you know, make comments like this.
White culture. In fact, Piers Morgan came out and said this, very disappointed to see Beyonce culturally appropriate Marilyn Monroe in her new Levi's ad. I'm just confused.
This sounds like rage bait. At first, I was distracted by the way that Impressive says anyway. But aside from that, this whole tweet is just a troll. Like, you are trolling at this point. Like, I wouldn't even pay this no mind. He's just rage baiting.
Because Marilyn Monroe didn't even look like Marilyn Monroe. Let's get that straight. So how?
Oh yeah, that part. She wasn't even naturally blonde, and that's the other kicker. A lot of white girls, they be dyeing their hair blonde. They don't be natural blondes. People see them and they just assume, oh yeah, that's their natural hair color. They white. No. I've known several white girls who I went to school with who dye their hair blonde. So what are we talking about? Everybody shut up. This is so stupid.
Creating a look that Marilyn Monroe didn't even originally have. People are getting mad at Beyonce wearing blonde hair. That has been...
Yeah, this is her hair color, right? Well, I mean, obviously not that like platinum blonde that she had earlier. But yeah, I think that her hair is a natural like brownish blonde.
Her signature look for her whole career.
She makes it more blonde.
And when you see her in her natural state, she doesn't look much different than she does in this ad. So I don't know why people are saying, oh, she's fake this, fake that. Didn't Sydney Sweeney dye her hair blonde too? Ooh. So if you go by their logic, wouldn't you say that she had to be fake to look the way she did in this ad too? I mean, come on. I think conservatives got upset that their golden girl Sydney was receiving criticism, so they're retaliating by making another black woman, Beyonce, their target and trying to get people outraged over this ad when there's nothing to be outraged about. Honestly, I think they're just jealous. They're just jealous of Beyonce.
That's so ironic, though. They're talking about blonde hair when Sydney isn't even a natural blonde. Like, I literally just said there are so many white women who dye their hair blonde. And ironically enough, she is one of them. And they're like, oh, look, she's so natural. Beyonce, she ain't natural at all. Look at all this fake shit. But look at this beautiful, natural white woman. What? Bye.
These looks. That's what they tried to say about everybody who had something to say about Sydney. They were saying, oh, they're just jealous of Sydney. Well, I think people criticizing Beyonce's ad are jealous of her looks. Now, moving on, I did talk about this before, but I really do believe that Beyonce is setting up her daughter, Blue Ivy, to pretty much take her torch. Act 3, Beyonce is going to do her rock album, but what if there's another act? What if there's an act 4 and this act actually introduces Blue Ivy? Because I do think that's the plan. I think Beyonce will eventually retire. You know, I don't think she's going to completely stop music, but she might slow down a bit in the future. And Blue Ivy will be positioned as the star of her generation. And I think Beyonce will be overseeing that. Also, I think Rumi might also be in the business too. Now, I bring this up is because I saw an interview that Beyonce's father...
Now Rumi about to be singing and dancing too. Y'all have to stop. Where are y'all getting... Where are y'all getting this from?
Matthew Knowles recently did with Don Lemon, and he revealed that Rumi actually has the voice. She could sing.
Yeah.
But watch out for Rumi, though.
Yeah, yes. Rumi's next, right? Why do you say watch out? What do you know that we don't know we haven't seen? Come on, give us some scoop there, please.
Well, Rumi's going to have the voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rumi's going to have that voice.
So Blue Ivy has the dance moves. Not necessarily a voice, you never know, but Rumi's got the voice.
Rumi has the voice. And Blue Ivy's also a songwriter.
Oh, wow.
I think it's going to be a wonderful partnership there, a combination.
So Matthew already put it out there that Rumi can sing.
No, first off,
I think that
they don't even fuck with Matthew like that, from what I recall. So I wouldn't trust nothing that he talking about or believe nothing that he say. I don't think he's even like that close with them to even say all this. If I'm being honest, don't they have like a really strained relationship with him? So boy, bye.
both Rumi
He just whatever.
and Blue have talent. Blue could dance and she could perform. I also kind of feel like she might be getting vocal lessons too. I think Beyonce started taking more interest.
And to be clear, I don't have an issue with whatever they do. I don't care, child. These are her kids. So I'm not saying that, you know, they're not talented and they're never going to be, you know, a Beyonce. That's not the point. I just think it's odd when people are like forcing this narrative when we don't have much evidence to back it up. So I just think it's odd to be like, yeah, Beyonce trying to mold them to be superstars. And it's like, what? Because it does kind of, you know, give the idea that Beyonce is like trying to push them or force them into this life, you know? So yeah, that's why I'm just like, this is eye rolling, but whatever, we'll see. I don't know what's going on with these people.
And helping her develop vocally once she showed that she had interest in being a singer.
Alright. And this is the other thing. This is might be controversial. I hate hearing kids sing. If I don't want to hear it. First off, it just sounds like a child because it is. So I don't want to hear children sing. Like they're just no, go play and go do whatever. It's nothing wrong with them singing, but I hate, I'll be clear. I hate when people try to like put them on stage and like, yeah, sing and sing that song. Like they're trying to force them. I'm not saying Beyonce doing this, but like when people put their kids into like talent shows and stuff, whenever I've heard clips, I'm just like, no, like who's that little girl, T.I.'s daughter? This is no shade, but the clips I've heard of them like, yeah, look, she about to be a great singer, listen to her sing. It's just like, hey, and it's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't like hearing kids sing. It's just like your voice isn't even developed yet. Like, get this up out of here. It just gives, you know, when kids like, oh look, watch me do this, and they do some stupid shit. That's what it gives. That's just my opinion. No shade to any of these children at all. But it's just, no, I don't want to hear it.
You sound so pretty. Oh, want to do it again? You're like mommy, huh?
Granted, this is a cute moment for them. This is a cute family moment. So I'm not taking nothing away from it. But when people try to frame this, oh, look, she about to be a star. You hear that in her voice? She about to sound like Diana Ross. It's like, all right, y'all need to sit down. This sounds like a child.
It feels good?
Yeah, so don't be surprised if in the future you start seeing both Blue and Rumi sing and perform. They're already performing now alongside their mother, but in the future they might actually do it on their own. So I'll give it like 7-10 years maybe.
Oh, Lord.
We shall see. Now moving on to the last topic. So it has been put out there that Karrueche Tran is apparently dating the football coach Deion Sanders. Yes, and people had a lot to say about it. I think more people were just taken aback by how random the pairing was. But she was in a hospital crying while Deion was going through surgery and getting his bladder removed because he was diagnosed with bladder cancer. So she was there with him throughout that process. However, people are looking more into the relationship and they're finding out that Karrueche actually was cool with Deion's former fiance, Tracy Edmonds. Not to mention, she actually was on a show that Tracy produced called Games People Play. So they're kind of wondering if Karrueche was being a little sneaky by going behind Tracy and dating Deion. Because if you don't know, Tracy and Deion actually dated for 10 years. Weird. And they were even engaged for 4 years before breaking up in 2023. And Karrueche obviously knew about this. I mean, she was cool with Tracy while Tracy was still with Deion. So it is kind of interesting now to see Karrueche dating Deion.
I'm good friends with Tracy Edmonds. And I do remember Tracy hearing rumors about Karrueche possibly dating Deion. So she saw her at an event. I think it was Niecy Nash's event. And she, you know, calmly, just in conversation with her, she asked her if she was dating Deion. And she said no. She laughed it off and said no. So, you know, it was kind of like to hear it and to see this now. And I do recall that Tracy and Karrueche were cool. Like they, you know, Tracy has put Karrueche in some projects. They're friends, I thought. But look at them too. Like they look very cozy. Like they were friends. Like that's Tracy and Karrueche. Is it in great taste? No, it's not. But that's where I think Karrueche, when she could have reached out to Tracy and just said, hey, sis, you know, we're cool. I don't want any problems with you. Just so you know, I know you guys have been broken up. Like the engagement was and canceled. It's called off. I was, thinking about,
But girl, Karrueche, that should tell you something. They was together for 10 years and they only got engaged and then he called it off. So if you trying to wait around, think you gonna change his diapers and be there for him because he gonna, give you a ring and you'll get this payout. I don't think that's gonna go in your favor, girl, but do what you want.
just give you
But she seemed trifling already because if this is true, what they're saying, Karrueche is trifling as hell.
heads up that we're dating or I might be going out with your ex. So you don't hear it on the internet. I love Tracy and I like Karrueche. I don't know Karrueche like that. But I just wish for her own sake, because now it's going to be awkward. She's going to see Tracy at big events. And then, it's like, it would have been so much easier to just say, hey, have the uncomfortable conversation once. Then it doesn't feel icky.
I actually agree with Claudia Jordan's take on this. I do think it would have been courteous of Karrueche to give Tracy the heads up that she's dating her former fiance. It's not like she owes her an explanation, but if they're cool, it would just make sense to do that, But I think Karrueche was uncomfortable with it, and she lied and said, no, she's not dating Deion, all for the whole world to find out that she is this man's caretaker. But anyway, it is what it is. Tell what y'all think about this video down.
Karrueche trying for this hell if this is the case. But hey, girl, whatever. You reap what you sow. All right. Just know what goes around comes around. All the old school sayings. So you do somebody dirty like this, you gonna get what was coming to you. Because yeah, I do think that's pretty fucked up. Even if I'm just cordial with someone, I'm on speaking terms with someone, or I work with them. Like if I start dealing with their ex and someone I know that they were in a relationship with, especially for fucking 10 years, that's a serious relationship, I would at least tell them like, hey, just to let you know, we are seeing each other. I didn't expect it to happen like this. This is a little awkward, but hey, it is what it is. As a woman, I'm going to own up to that. I'm not about to lie about it. And she said she asked her about it, and Karrueche said no. And Claudia said that she loves Tracy, so I'm assuming that they're close. So it sounds like she has some inside intel. So I believe her. And historically, Claudia has been pretty upfront about a lot of shit. So I don't think she's lying. But anyway, whatever. Good luck to all these people. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.